my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. That's our first time as dance, by the way. My name is Bukola, and this is Bukola Soro. And we talk about business, faith, lifestyle, and every other nice thing. Okay, so we're nice here, right? Now today, I was already at an event, and I was feeling my top, I was feeling my hair. I'm like, baby girl, my waist here now. Do a video now. Sorry. I'm just being real. I'm just feeling myself like, oh, finally, you get me now? So this thing has been on my mind to talk about, right? And I just want to talk about it today. And it's a little bit serious, okay? So if you see me peeping on my notes, please understand, right? I don't want to leave out any points. So by the title, you can already tell what we're talking about today. And that is balancing being an employee and being an entrepreneur, okay? So I'm filming from Nigeria, okay? And in this part of the world, it is almost very common for people to be in paid employment and still have their own business by the side. We call it side hustle. I just call it business by the side, okay? I don't really like that word hustle. So it's very common. However, there are still some people who don't see it happening. Like maybe they have a very tight schedule, you know, for their 9 to 5 or their paid employment, and they really want to do business. Okay, so if that is you, please keep watching because you'll be encouraged by this video. And if you are already an employee, like you have a steady, not a freelancer now, like a steady 9 to 5 or 7 to 7, like I call it, because I don't do 9 to 5, I do 7 to 7. Okay, so you have a paid structured employment, and then you still have a business by the side. Then you really want to stay till the end because we have some things to share together. Okay, so a bit of a background. I have a 9 to 5 or I have a 7 to 7. I'm currently in the banking industry, so I'm a banker. And then I'm also an entrepreneur because I do businesses by the side. I have 3 steady businesses that I do by the side, okay? And we'll share all about that in our subsequent videos. This is not really about me, it's about us. So, and please, if you hear a lot of blaring and horning and by the road, please help me to understand. And the Lord will do a studio for us, but till then, we move, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is how to balance your paid employment. Trust me, if you have been worried about how you can juggle it, truth, you can, okay? But you need to know some things and you need to have a kind of mindset, right? And that's what we're going to be talking about. So please get your pen if you have to. This is going to be very informative. The first thing I want to talk about is being ethical, okay? You decided to be an employee and still have a side business. Nobody put you up to it. It was your decision, okay? It was your decision. So as much as possible, you need to be ethical in your paid employment, especially. Now, being ethical, it cuts across a lot of things, okay? First of all, you need to be careful about conflict of interest. Now, I'm a banker, for instance. I'm not supposed to have any other side business that has to do with the business of banking, right? So I can't have a private practice that loans people money or does transactions because that is a conflict of interest, right? And this, if you check your employee handbook, if you speak with your HR, you'll be able to understand exactly what kind of businesses you cannot be into, right? So you're a teacher, you're teaching in a school, you can't have another side business that has a clash of interest or a conflict of interest with what you're already doing. That's just ethics, like that's just basic, okay? So if you're already in that kind of business, you may want to pray and ask for another inspiration, or better still, you just move and focus your energy. After all, if you're very strong in that business, then you might as well just be in it full time, right? So as much as possible, stay within the ethics of your paid employment. Second thing I want to talk about under ethics is that you should never ever use your employer's time to do your own business, okay? Look, the law of seed time and harvest is real, y'all. You don't want someone else doing their own business on your paid time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as much as possible, please make use of the public holidays, take advantage of the weekends, give your employer the time they asked you to give, right? If you have overtime and stuff like that and you cannot do overtime, then be outright, be plain and tell them, look, I can't do overtime because I have other things that I'm doing, but I will give you the time that you have asked for. Okay, so public holidays, when you close at work, when you close from the office, you can do your own business, you can do your own thing. Okay, so please, we've mentioned that you should be ethical, and under that, no conflict of interest, and do not use your employer's time for your own business. Second thing I want to talk about is that you need to identify your goal in entrepreneurship. Why are you doing a side business? It's a basic question, but it's very important. Now, is it an exit strategy from where you are right now? Is it something that you would like to retire to? Or are you in a kind of paid employment that gives you enough time and then you don't want to just while away time and then you're doing this to pass time? Identifying your goal will help you know how much to invest in your side business. So if it's just something to pass time, right, you may not be as serious. But if it's an exit strategy, hello, when you close from work, you will not be too tired to invest in your own business. Do you understand? You will look at it. Is your paid employment currently a goal behind the big goal, which is being your own boss eventually? If that is clear, you won't even be tired when you close. That's the truth. You will ginger knowing that, this is not just a side hustle. This is the real business. This is the real deal. And my paid employment, I probably am in a paid employment because I need money to finance what I want to do later on in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, as long as you're in ethics and you're in right standing with your organization's goals, okay? So identify the goal. Am I just using it to pass time, to while away time? That way, you can freestyle. That way, if you're selling something, for instance, on Instagram, on social media, I do sell on social media, on Instagram. It's the day you post that if you don't post, you will not sell. That's the truth, So that informs you if you're willing, if your goal is to move on to the thing permanently, then you will not be tired. You will find time to do what you have said you wanted to do. After all, double the work, double the glory. Okay? Now, third thing I want to talk about is you need to have a support system that works. Fam. You see this one? No human being is an island. We're gregarious animals. It means that we're supposed to work together. You can't do it on your own. Do you want to kill slave? Do you know what it is? You're going to go to work. You cannot come back. Let's assume you are into food business. It's when you're not close from the hallways. That's when you not enter the markets. You not be buying something. That's when you not go. Then let God not help you. Maybe you are using electric cooker or something. Then there isn't light. That is when you not say, let me go and buy food. That's when you not start boiling tomato. That's when you not or you post stuff, you sell stuff on Instagram, you're the one that will finish, you now go home, before the children will settle down, before you make dinner, then at night you want to start taking pictures. Trust me, you will burn out. So have a support system that works. However, there is a flip side to this. Invest in your support system. So I had a trainer when I was in my current employment, when we were training to start work, and he called it EBA. Invest in the emotional bank account of your support system. See, there are some people, it's just bad habits. Once you just see their phone call, okay, what happened? What's the only in the game? Do you understand? You shouldn't be like that. You should invest in your emotional bank account of your supervisor at work, of your parents, of your friends, right? Because these are the people that will come through for you when you need support, when you need help, and you will always need support. You see me? God bless Mrs. Imo to my mother. That woman, she did try for me. She'll say, I'm missing the children, I want to come and carry them. I'm like, come and carry them. I love my children a lot. But when they are around, they want 100% of you. And you won't blame them. They don't get to see me during weekdays like that. I leave very early, I come back very late. And then weekends, I have to be in church sometimes, and stuff like that. And then that's when I really have time to review my own business. So I have staff running some of my businesses, but you don't want to just leave your staff unattended to unsupervised. So weekends are the times that I really have to, do a thorough check. What's going on? Where are we at? What are we doing? Are we low on stock? And, how are the parents? What are they saying? And stuff like that. So it's a win-win for us. My mother wants to take care of the children. She loves them. She's a grandmother. She's happy. On the other hand, I love them, but I need the time. So, hey, adios. And then, I don't have to wait for my mother to ask. I take care of my mother, as you should, as everybody should. And, same thing with my supervisors at work. There are sometimes you're running late because you have to attend to something. If you have not shown yourself as a trusted employee, like you don't stretch, you don't do extra work, when it is time, say, I'm going home, they can't call you, they can't depend on you. When you need help, nobody's going to look at you. Nobody's going to, no sentiments. It's on the job. Okay, so you want to be a good person generally, where you can stretch, where you can help out, where you can invest in someone else's emotional bank account. Please do so. Because if you want to withdraw from an account, and you leaving deposits into the account, hello, my dear, you know what's going to happen? It's going to be a dot check. You're going to be issuing a dot check. They're going to arrest you. We're going to test CBN. You can't withdraw. My point is you cannot withdraw if you have not deposited. So be useful in the circle that you find yourself, because you will need the help. It's okay. You can say, I should not only be useful because I want the help. Hello, you need the help. So be useful. Sha. The summary of these points in be useful. Invest in your support system because you would always need them. Okay, and maximize your support system. Trust me, you're not a superman or a superwoman. Okay, you're a human being. So please maximize your support system as much as you can. Be kind, be friendly, be useful, and you would see people come through for you. All right, so my next point is don't fall for the deception to quit your paid employment without being sure of some things. One major thing you should be sure of is, what is God saying? God speaks to different people in different ways. Find out the mind of God. Find out the heart of God. See, don't be emotional about that. You see, yes, you can do it. There's a lot of aspire to perspire. Oh. I agree with you, and yeah, I agree. But my brother and my sister in the Lord, have a schedule. What do I want to achieve? Don't just say, I'm tired. Shebi, I can even, if I put on my energy in my paid business. Yes, there are people that have left their paid employment and they have blown like bomb as an entrepreneur. But trust me, if you have a one-on-one with them, they had a plan. Don't be emotional. Don't just quit like that. Have a plan. Hear from God first, and then have a plan. Your exit strategy should maybe take a year or two. Do I have enough savings that would be able to sustain me and still fund this small business? Because trust me, owning a business is a lot of work, and that is another ballgame entirely. It is not for the weak-hearted. If you have a strong chest, forget about it. You can't. If you be seeing bills left, right, and center, bad bills. That's how which day they came to my school. They brought a radio something bill, something bill. This is just a business trying to grow. Anyway, don't even let us go to that right now. So have a plan. Don't be emotional. Don't just say, I'm leaving because you have something. Is that business able to pay its employees? Is that business able to pay you? Is it able to pay your other staff? Is it able to send your children to school yet? Okay, now there is no one size fits all. God may be giving you a different instruction, and that's why the first thing I said was hear from God. What is God saying about right now? Okay, so sometimes put the emotions. If you need to take a break, go on leave, but don't be so emotional to be quick to drop your resignation letter just because you have a side business that hasn't picked up fully. I think you get me now. Are we clear? Are we good to go? We're good to go. Correct. Now, next thing I want to talk about is time management. You see, is underrated. As far as I'm concerned, we don't talk about it enough. Have a schedule, have a plan, so that something will not suffer for something. Have time that you allot to different tasks. For me personally, I like to do a monthly to do, and then a weekly to do, and then a daily to do. I do a monthly to do because I just want to see the overall thing. So I want to be sure that everything that I'm doing, everything that God has called me to do, is getting some kind of attention. There has been theories about multitasking being wrong and all of that. Well, I don't think anyone can survive without multitasking. It's just my personal opinion, okay? And we could make a video about that some other time. But as a mother, as a wife, as an employee, as an employer, you need to give attention to different things at different times. And you can't do it if you don't have a schedule or a schedule, depending on where you're from. Okay, so what do you want to achieve in May? For your paid employment, for your side business, okay? And then have it there. I have a vision board in my room. Have a vision board and put it there, and then break it down into smaller. You need to be able to manage your time. We already talked about using your closing hours or your public holidays. It's part of time management. Else, you will not get anything done. If you are not deliberate, you will burn out, and then you will not get anything done, okay? Finally, I want to talk about the last point, which is expect slip-ups. Yes. See, I said it already. You're a human being. You're not a machine. Even machines break down, okay? It doesn't always work the way we've planned it, okay? The plan of the plan of a thing is in the heart of the man. The man's had plans. I don't know how, I don't want to quote it exactly the way it's in the Bible, but the answer belongs to God, meaning that you can have plans, but things can come up, okay? So make room for those things and don't beat yourself up too much. Take care of your mental health. It's very important, okay? If you're expecting perfection and something slips up, you're going to be very, very disappointed, and it may affect how quickly you get up and do it again, okay? So expect that there will be slip-ups once in a while. Expect that, you know, everything may not be 100% a-okay, but once you realize that, get up again. Like, quickly pick up yourself. Don't stay there too long, else it just keeps going. Days going to weeks, weeks going to months, and then, you know, you've completely lost track of what you set out to do, right? So forgive yourself, quickly get back up, and get moving. Please take care of your mental health. When you need help, ask for help, okay? And above all, ask the Holy Spirit to help you. Look, He's not just an invisible being somewhere. The Holy Spirit is awesome and amazing. Ask for His help. Try it. Ask for His help. Ask for His guidance. Ask for His direction. And sometimes take a minute to breathe. Everything will be all right. Thank you so much for staying till the end. I'm so glad I got to do this. Let me go to my event. If you have not subscribed, please. Now I'm watching you. My eyes are on you. I can see you. Why? All right. Have I not been a blessing to you? Please subscribe, share, like, and do all those things. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.